here from WeAreWorship. I am joined with Grant Norsworthy today, and we're going to be going through the vocal teaching of Greater You, Lord. Grant, what are we going to be focusing on today?
Well, basically we're talking about how to craft a vocal sound that's going to be most engaging for a church congregation. We're going to cover key choice, we're going to talk about unifying our vocal style, consolidating what the melody is, and also we're going to talk a little bit about the spontaneous singing that a song like this lends itself to. Take it away?
Yeah.
Great. So here I am with the team. Thank you very much, Lucas, Maggie and Brittany, for being with us. And together we're going to this is sort of like our little vocal rehearsal, right?
Yeah.
So when we listen to the version that I've become most familiar with of Great Are You, Lord, it's by All Sons and Daughters, and they're the authors of that song. It's a beautiful song. I love it. And they sing the song in the key of A, which is a wonderful, perfect key for them. It really highlights their voices. In particular, David, a high tenor guy, sings beautifully in that key. But if we take that key and learn it in our local church situation and try and present it to a congregation, there are problems. So here we are in the key of A. Lucas, can you give us a start note? And we're going to just sing you a little bit of a chorus of this song if we were in A. 1, 2, 3. It's your breath, wow, in our lungs, so we pour out our praise, we pour out our praise. Well, I'm done by the second chorus. I've blown a valve. How did you find that, Brittany?
I actually had to drop an octave.
It was just too high?
Yeah.
And you're a soprano, right? Or mezzo-soprano?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great. And you're a true soprano, Maggie. What did you find?
Yeah, it still felt pretty high, especially for the style. Yeah.
And Lucas, you didn't even sing at all, I don't think. What's going on?
I didn't want to sing.
You didn't want to sing. And let's be honest, people in our congregation, they don't really feel like singers, you know, that we're inviting them to sing. But if they're not given a key that really invites them and they go, yeah, I can hear my note, I want to sing that, then they probably won't, just like Lucas.
Right.
So we've decided that we shouldn't feel that pressure to reproduce the artist's key when we present the song to a congregation. So we really feel like the key of E is the right one for this. Right? And the key of E is going to feel much better to us. We'll lose a bit of energy, maybe with a lower key, but that energy loss will be more than accommodated for by the sound of your congregation singing. All right, so let's try it. 1, 2, 3. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you only. Oh, how did you feel? Much better, right?
So much
And members
better.
of your congregation will feel that as well. They'll be like, oh, they've chosen a key for me, and that's what we want. And let's move from choosing the key now to talking about unifying our voice. All right, so we've got our key of E, but what happens if we've got different people trying to sing like they're soloists? Can we exaggerate this a little, guys?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give
Well, I've had enough. So I don't know if you could hear this, but there's a lot of disunity going on with the voices there. There's people, you know, sort of turning up the Broadway, people being a soul sister, and I was singing my fake version of like CCM guy, you know. So let's consolidate. Let's unify our voices and sing more conversationally in a way that someone who doesn't think of themselves as being a singer would feel invited to join us with, okay? Verse. 1, 2, 3. You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. Much better. And your congregation will feel the difference there too. We can sing that and we can hear one clear representation of the melody that helps the congregation sing along. But as we listen to the multiple different renditions of this song being recorded by all sorts of artists within the CCM world, Christian contemporary music world right now, we hear different vocalists interpreting the melody and even the lyrics in different ways from one another. And, you know, I really celebrate that because I want to hear these artists sing it and make it their own. But when we come to the congregational situation, especially when the congregation is smaller, we need to decide on one version of the melody and find a repetitive, simple way of singing everything without any of the embellishments that a solo vocalist might put into it. So let's do a negative demonstration in a verse. 1, 2, 3.
You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord.
Wow, wonderfully done, Brittany. So we hear things like do 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 do, and the rest of us are going do 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 do, and we're not matching in melody. And my favourite, right near the end of the great are you, Lord. Yeah, and changing the timing. So let's really try and really consolidate what this melody is. Okay, verse again. 1, 2, 3.
You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord.
That'll be a lot more inviting. And then we want to speak a little bit about a couple of things here. You might hear that we've got all the voices on melody right now, and that's very intentional. We believe that all the girls in the congregation, females and kids, need to hear their note, and that's being presented by both Maggie and Brittany here. And all the guys in the congregation need to hear their note as well, and that's why we've got that octave apart melody all the time. It's not the way I want to listen to music, honestly, but it's the best way to lead a congregation to sing. But then we do want to add some harmonies, especially later in the song. Some harmonies can be really a wonderful added texture and colour to our sound. So let's think about the chorus, and let's sing with those three-part harmonies we worked out. So Maggie, you'll notice, is going to stay on melody with me all the time, and that frees up Lucas and Brittany to go to a couple of well-rehearsed, worked-out harmonies. 1, 2, 3.
It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you only.
Much better. And this is reminding me of one thing. There's this do 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 so so. For those who know that stuff, I don't really, but I just faked it. Good job. That's quite it's about on the limit of the leap that you'd want to have a congregation do. But if you notice at the halfway point of the chorus, we've got pour out our praise, pour out our praise. And if we go back down to the do, the E, the tonic note, do, praise it, that's a big leap for a congregation. So only at that point we've changed the note, haven't we? Yeah. Listen for this halfway point of the chorus. From the top of the chorus, 1, 2, 3.
It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath.
Right, not quite so low for that word it's. And then the last thing I probably want to mention about vocally for this song is, different church congregations, they seem to resonate more with singing a lot of words in their songs. They want to sing strict theology, correct theology. They want to have lots of meaty poetry in their songs, and that's wonderful. I celebrate that. And then there's another tendency within church congregations where they really want to sing it till they feel it, Sing it till you feel it. And I love both. I love both approaches, and I wouldn't even mind saying that I think each camp could learn a bit from the other. There's some really beautiful and good things from both sides of that. Now, this particular song, I mean, you could fit all the words on a postage stamp if you wrote small enough. It's pretty simple lyrically, but it does lean towards that. Sing it till you feel it. And congregations that resonate with that, we can leave gaps in this arrangement where we might even be able to do some spontaneous singing. Some congregations don't want to really do that, but some do. And let's be ready to explore that, and you'll be able to hear that in the whole song rendition that we've done.
Thank you for tuning into this video. Grant, thank you for your wisdom and for your expertise. We really appreciate you having.
Yeah, and I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much, because there needs to be a clear distinction for the musicians who find themselves on the platform for a church service, there's a very big difference between performing for people and inviting people to sing along and sing praises to God, sing prayers to God, reminders of truths of the gospel. Let's get the congregation singing again, shall we?
Yeah, I hope that these tips and tricks help you and your congregation. You can get the chord charts for Greater You Lord on WeAreWorship.com.